Okay, welcome everyone to open office hours for the last day of November, November 30th. It's already December here in Australia, sunny Australia. So welcome everyone, and let me know where you all are in the chat. Let's get connected. And if you have a specific question for me, raise your digital hand and I will call on you. And digital hands are found in reactions. Okay, where are people from? Chile, Houston. Oh my goodness, San Diego. Don, it's a little bit cold. Oh dear. Okay. Heather's from Adelaide. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Okay, we have a couple of hands. I'm going to call on Michael first up. How can I help you?
It's a bit complicated. I don't know if you'd want to go into this here. I've been trying all afternoon to do something and it just doesn't work.
Okay.
So I wrote to you or to help you, gave me the idea of how to approach it. I want people to be able to sign them, to delete themselves from a course so that they can resubscribe. My courses are a daily practice. They may want to do it again, start from day one. And they get a daily email. So this should be a possibility. I can't make it work. I created in the page builder a new block with a button that says delete me from the course. It connects to an action that says delete from course, then delete the tag. No, first it tags them. And then the action is when they are tagged, delete from course, they should be deleted from course. The tag should be eliminated. There's the second action. And the third action is an email with a link to the sign up page.
Okay.
It just doesn't get activated. Nothing happened there. I don't get deleted. I don't get the email. Basically, nothing happens.
How are you testing it?
Sorry?
How are you testing it? Are you subscribing as a student yourself with a different email address?
Yeah.
Okay, that might be a question for tech support so that they can actually get into your account and see how you've set it up. Have you contacted them or not?
I wrote an email asking about it. Yes.
Okay.
But
and you haven't
then I've tried to fiddle with it quite a bit and
nothing.
Just
okay.
And work.
So, and you said it's a daily practice, did you?
Sorry?
So you said that it is a daily practice. Every day is a new, they want to do this every day.
I have 30-day courses that go on for a while. It's a membership. And then people should be able to restart each of the months.
Okay. You couldn't set it up
course.
as a different, each day as a different, within the one course, set up 30 different daily activities and emails.
Yeah,
you can't do it like that.
Each course has 30 trainings, and each training is is released day after day.
But what I'm asking is, within the one course, can you set it up to repeat each one every day? So there's a new trigger rather than removing them from the course and then resubscribing every day. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
I don't want them to resubscribe each day.
Oh,
when they finish the course, after a while, when they finish the membership,
days. So each month.
they should. they should be able to resubscribe to the whole course.
Okay.
to the-
Yeah.
to the
Okay.
full
Well, that's
month.
better. I thought you were hoping to do this every day. Okay.
No,
So
no, no.
every month you're going to do this. All right. Okay. I think this requires someone to look at the back end of your account to see how it's set up. So I would, I will ask support to follow up with you if they already have a ticket. Did you get an email to say that support had received your request?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And they have been, just a heads up, they have been extremely busy just the last couple of days with all of the Black Friday signups. So I thank you for your patience. They will get back to you as soon as possible, but I will follow up with them about your request and make sure that that's attended to. Okay.
Okay. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Michael. Coach Doris, hello.
Hi there. I have, I think, a simple question. When my coach gives me to do,
I'm sorry, you broke up for me then. I'm not sure if that was me or you, but I didn't hear what you said after my coach.
gives me a thumbs up,
Yeah.
what am I to do?
Move to the next. So, okay, so you're talking about Experience Product Masterclass, aren't you?
Well, I'm in the I may be in the master class. I mean, I'm not sure. There's so many different words that
Oh, okay, so
pop up.
EPM, so the course you're doing where you have a milestone document that your coach
Yes.
needs the thumbs up. Okay, so I
Yes.
just wanted to clarify that for everyone else, because this is just a general course platform session. This is not Experience Product Masterclass. Okay, this is just for the platform of Xperiencify. Okay, so any questions that you really have about Experience Product Masterclass should be directed to them. They're a separate company. We're not the same team. But I do know, because I have gone through it myself, that when your coach gives you a thumbs up on a milestone, that just means that they have approved it and you just move on to the next one.
Do I have to do anything to get points?
Points? I'm not sure. I would imagine you need to check something off in the course dashboard, but that's not my department.
Okay.
Okay, you need, if you need clarity on how things operate in Experience Product Masterclass, you either need to email your coach or email support@liveyourmessage.com. Okay, it's
Okay.
a separate company. This is Xperiencify.
Okay.
Okay. Natalie.
Danielle, you're so great at fielding questions, no matter where they come from.
I've been everywhere, man.
I think there's a song about that.
Might be.
Okay, so I have launched my first course in Xperiencify. It went live yesterday with our first class, and the first module went out. Woohoo! They are points, and they are
Congratulations.
getting all that stuff. So, you know, it's definitely a work in progress, because of course I didn't really know what I was. Well, I'm a graduate of EPM, so you know I knew a lot, but I didn't know how to set it all up. So anyway, here's one of the questions I have. So whenever I go to add a new lesson, there's several things that I'm doing over and over again, and I wonder if there's a way to sort of like save the template so I don't have to keep doing it. Like, for example, I hate the phrase "done it." It sounds to me like bad English, so I'm always changing it to "did it." And then I'm using the same graphic for the first action, which I'm calling big picture. I use the same graphic for that every time. The second action, I'm calling your next win. from Murray's suggestion, and I use the same graphic. And then the third action, if there is a third, I'm calling that be the change, and I use the same graphic. Is there any way that I don't have to make all those changes and uploads every time?
Yes.
Yay.
However, you need to do it from the beginning. So what you can do is once you have one training set up how you want it, including the points and the action steps and everything like that, you can just duplicate that training as many times as you want.
Okay, so it's simply duplicating the training. So
Training.
what I could do is I could set up 3 trainings. They could be no, it's actually just one training, because if they all have the big picture, your next win and be the change, I just keep duplicating that training, and we could just keep that one as a draft.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like the template, the training template.
Yes. So you can do that, and you can also copy trainings. Yeah, so duplicating them is the easiest way, I think. And then if you need to, I think move, so it's move or duplicate or delete. They're the 2 options. Okay.
Yeah.
So duplicate, yes. If you wanted to set up a draft module that just had all the possibilities of trainings, how you want them, if you're finding yourself repeating a few things, you can then just duplicate them and move them. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, you do need to, you know, it's for people who have already set up the shells of all their trainings with the names and the videos and everything, that's not going to work that way, because they're leaving the points to last. But if the action steps and the points to last, but if you're doing each training by training, that really works well, because you get 1 or 2 set up the way you want them, and then you just duplicate them, and then just make the little slight tweaks to individualize them that you need, rather than going through and changing done it to did it every single time.
Okay, so this brings me to another question. So you're going to import one of my courses. And so is there a way that we can use that template system for the import, so that I don't have to go in and make all those changes on each lesson?
Yes.
Just exactly what you just said, right?
Yeah, we just need to know beforehand that that's so on the first training, that's the one that you want to duplicate, you can say just duplicate all of the settings the same as this particular one. Yep.
Right. Okay, that's great. Okay.
And then just make a note of any, you know, any differences, say all the same as X except this.
Okay. And so the main challenge that I'm having is that Xperiencify doesn't have an email service provider. And so that's the main challenge. Is that in the queue to add that or not?
We do have the ability to send emails, but they're course specific. So it's not, you can't use it as a marketing platform, a marketing tool, because we want our deliverability rates are extremely high, because they're targeted, they're going to people that have actually opted in to receive messages from you. They're not getting marked as spam. So our deliverability rates are really high. As soon as people want to start cold marketing to people, it gets a bit tricky. So we don't have plans for it to ever be just a straight broadcast to cold traffic kind of.
So I wasn't really, I'm not even talking about that. So I'm understanding from you that I could actually set up the reminders for the Zoom calls and all that kind of stuff in Xperiencify for the course participants?
Yes, if it's all the triggers that we have, you can't really set emails to go on a specific date unless it correlates to a particular thing that's happening within the course, like a training being released or a certain number of days after them having joined the course or things like that. The triggers, the only possible triggers are based on things that happen within the course. If they take an action or those sort of complete something, start something, those sorts of things, not just like I want to send something on the 25th of December randomly. It has to be related to the course.
So if we're, for example, if we're opening module 2 next Tuesday, can I send some reminders leading up to that because that's the day of the next live call? Or do you not recommend I even try to use Xperiencify for that?
You can send out an email when something has released, not
Okay,
really prior to it.
okay,
So when something releases, if you've got it set up that there's a drip schedule for your content to release on a certain day or a certain number of days after they join, then you can definitely have an email go out then. But you can't really predict in advance, like 2 days prior to something happening.
okay. So I can definitely see how once I'm finished with this live version, it becomes more of an evergreen thing and actions are based on time. I can definitely see how that can work. Would you recommend that I don't bother to try to make it work for all of the reminders and stuff for this live version? Or would you say that I could set up triggers by making things active at the right time? Because, we're sending out, I don't know, day before, morning of, 15 minutes before, stuff like that for the live calls.
Are the live calls on Zoom?
Yeah.
So you can, Zoom has their own features for reminders for calls that are scheduled within Zoom. So you can use Zoom for that.
Okay, we haven't really done that. I don't know. I'll have to look at them and see if they're okay with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. It's I mean, if my kind of feeling about all of the reminders and those sorts of things is if from the very beginning, when your student enters the course, it is set up with a mission and a like why, a reminder to why they have signed up, and you're setting milestone goals for them, and that it's enjoyable and they're receiving points and actions are being rewarded, that they're actually going to look forward to these things and they're going to want to participate rather than needing constant, 4 reminders prior to one thing happening. So that they'll look forward to it and they'll only need that this has just happened or this is released, jump back in, those sorts of things. If you engage them in the commenting and the community sections, they'll want to be a part of it. They'll feel like this is their journey. So, I mean, if you've got it set up using our, experience formula, I think that a lot of those things that people need to do on ordinary LMSs are really not needed as much. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, but I know even Marisa sends out like lots of reminders for live calls and stuff, in EPM. So I'm not sure I'm going to let go of email reminders for live events. But I hear what you're saying. That's not the way that that Xperiencify is set up to really do that.
No, it's not really set up as a live thing. The live things can be supplemented, but it is mostly, I'd say, set up as something that you set up prior, that's in there, and you can walk your people through it. You can handhold them through, extra coaching and things like that. But it's the email system that we have is not really set up for those constant reminders prior to a particular live call. We don't have the capability of holding live calls within our system. And so I think, using the Zoom registration and reminders or other ways would be more appropriate in that instance. But as you said, as you get your course, on Evergreen or after you've run through it live once or twice, that's when Xperiencify really comes into its own.
Okay, thanks. And thank you, Dawn, for your suggestion. Appreciate that. Thanks, Danielle.
You're welcome. Donovan.
Hello, thank you,
Hello.
Danielle. Hello. So I just signed up with the Black Friday special as well. like I'm sure a bunch of other people did. And I haven't done much with my mini course. I've really just got one mini course in there, but I have done a bunch of different Black Friday things and Cyber Monday things. I'm just wondering, like, maybe a strategy on like keeping from like spinning out of control organization wise. As people come in, I'm also wondering like about those emails. I think I have mine set up to at least do whatever basic emails that show people are in the course. But after that, when we have their emails, I'm assuming we can create something with Zapier to put it into, I've got Keep as well, to put their emails into Keep. And that's where we would do more of any other kind of emails with that. Is that right? So if we really want to do emailing, we should connect that to another CRM?
Yes, yes. So you can zap this when the student is added to a course, you can zap those details across to your CRM and use it that way for anything else that you're doing in your company. Yeah, so the emails that come out of Xperiencify are really, you know, specifically course related.
Okay. I'll figure that out again, how to set the basic ones up, because it's just been like months and months since I've made a course. But then on the Zaps, I saw something in the Facebook feed about the Zaps are included. In other words, like it seems like we don't need to do like a paid or a premium Zapier account. Am I reading that right?
What they're talking about is that currently on the launch plan of Xperiencify, the Zapier integration is doesn't work. On the growth plan, which if you've got the Black Friday deal, that's what you're on, and the integration between XP and Zapier is working, is functioning. So then it depends on, with your Zapier account, how many zaps per month you want. You know, if that's just dependent on how much
that's just their
that's
side.
their thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of zaps included, it just means that does it work or does it not work with, is the integration there with Xperiencify.
Like if you're looking at most people that have a few courses, is this basic free Zapier probably not good enough and you maybe need a higher level plan in general?
I think it totally depends on how many students you have and how many actions you're zapping over and which way you're going. Like if you're then doing other stuff with that, sending it to.
I've never really used Zapier much, but I definitely want
if all you want to do is when a student signs up for your course in Xperiencify, you want to zap their details into your CRM. That is just going to depend. It's going to be one zap. So that just depends on how many students you have per month.
Okay, that's probably the main thing I want to do if there's not real email functionality within Xperiencify, to kind of turn that into like Kajabi or something like that. So that's probably the basic one I want to do. And then I guess back to the question of like keeping things organized. When you have, do we run out of how many different ways we can have coupon codes and deals and all that, and it just kind of becomes a long list of things and we just decide to delete some at some point? Or is there a limit to how many different coupon codes that we can create?
I don't believe there's a limit.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
So just
I think
I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. Like if you make one, it's just there, and
and you can choose whether it expires or it doesn't. Yeah. If it's a time sensitive one.
Okay. I think that's all I got for now, but it's definitely, I mean, up in the ante and making that bigger investment for the long term. I was actually looking at other platforms, and definitely, you know, for feedback for Murray, that made the deal for me to just kind of have that be out of sight, out of mind, in terms of like, this is it. I made the commitment, and it's going to force me to learn the platform better, and it's going to force me to actually say, all right, I better make some more courses.
Yeah. No, it's awesome to have you. Yes, I know. And it actually feels good, I think, once you've made that commitment, and then you don't have to worry about it again, that indecision of always searching for something, you know, better. Like we're innovating all the time. So we definitely aim to be the best you know, going forward, you know, so stick with us. We're happy to have you. Thank you. Okay, I think Stephanie is next.
Hey, Danielle.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, a couple of questions. One is, and I looked at the help center already from this, but I want to add affiliate links to each person who signs up, but it says you have to actually create the link with their name. Is there some way to automate that process? So if someone signs up, they immediately get the link for them as an affiliate?
Not that I'm aware of, no. And it doesn't have to be their name. It can be anything. Yeah, for example, if they're all part of one particular company or something like that, you can just have them all have the same affiliate link. But no, I don't think there's a way to automate it at this stage. It's you create it based on whatever makes sense to you, rather than it having to be their name or tied to one particular person.
Well, in terms of, because right now we're in charge of paying the affiliates, so we have to make distinctions of who's bringing in what.
Yeah.
So and it was really easy for one affiliate, but if you want to have anyone who signs up become an affiliate, then that becomes a real task.
Yeah, I think that feature will be expanded, but at this stage it was developed quickly upon someone's request, and that's what we have right now, the capability. You can download in CSV the list of the students that has their affiliates there, so you can track who has referred who to your course in order to make the payments, but it's not automated at this stage.
Okay, so we have to somehow put it in by hand. Okay. Okay. So that's question number one. Another one is, I want to use the buttons, and I couldn't figure out this either. Buttons for clicking to go to my Google form. And so I don't know how to put the buttons in the course and then link it to the Google form.
You don't have to use a button for a Google form. You can just put the straight link in there and they just.
I want it pretty.
You want it pretty. Okay. So you would go into your step 4, your page builder, and you need to drag into whatever page template it is that you're using. You need to then drag in the block that has a button, which I believe is I'll share my screen in a minute, but I believe it's the text and images bundle of blocks.
Okay.
And that has a button on it, and then you would just assign whatever link your Google form link to the button by going edit content. So I'll just share my screen. Wasn't it letting me share my screen? Okay. Okay. So I'm in my Xperiencify account, and I'm going to step 4, opening the page builder up. And say I want to put it on, I would put it on it. Well, where are you thinking of putting it?
It'll be like in the first the first training of the first module.
Okay.
And
so
some others too. But.
And so the problem with that is that you're going to then have to, it will either appear, if you want to use a button, this is the problem. It's going to appear on every page that uses that template. Ah,
okay.
Unless you then hide it from certain people based on a tag.
Oof.
Okay, which is a bit complicated. So I think probably if it's just a Google form that's a part of a component of the training action steps.
Yep.
I would just put it as a straight link. You can change what the text says on top of the link if you don't want it to say the actual URL.
Okay, all right. So
And then
that
you
answers.
say click on my Google form, or tell us more about what blah blah blah.
Okay,
But so I will show you. So if you wanted to have a button, say for example, on your home page, I'll just, because I'm here, I'll just
okay.
show people.
Yeah.
So say for example, you wanted to have there's one right there. I've obviously done this before. Okay, so pretend that's not there. We'll make that disappear. Okay, so this is the home page, and I've got my goals, and then I've got my pre-actions, and say I want to put a button here, I would go over to my available blocks, and I believe it's in text and images, and then I'm going to
There it is.
the photos, yeah. Oh, did you see it?
I did.
I'm having trouble, my things. Oh, there it is. That one.
There.
Succulents. Maury likes to put in these weird kombucha, bushwick, Helvetica, Marfa, Etsy, letterpress, biodiesel. Okay, so that is the text in the text and images bundle of possible blocks. I have gone and found this one, which is the button, dragged it in, and then under edit content, you can change all of the colors and the formatting and the text by going to column 1. And these are the components within this block, and the button is there, and that's what the button says, Google form or whatever. And then what it should do is show or hide extra content. That's
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, okay. They're changing all the time. Okay, so add a link. I'll just go through if you just wanted to attach the link to the button. Choose or write link. So you can choose it to go to an actual page within your course here, or you can just type your URL, Google. I always misspell Google for some reason. Okay. You would type that URL there and then click the little link chain icon there, and that will attach that link to. That's not a valid link. I know it's not a valid link. I'm trying to make it a valid link. But anyway, you get the idea. Or you can link it to a particular page. You can attach.
So it looks like I can do it and then hide something.
Yeah, I have not used that before, so I would need to explore that feature first. But that does look like they've increased the functionality of that. Hide, was it show extra content? I might do a little thing in the Facebook group once I've explored that to go through how to do that with a button block. Okay, and I'll tag you, and then anyone else will be able to see it, but I don't want to bore everyone by me fumbling around trying to figure out what that is right now.
Okay.
But okay, so you have two, it seems like you have two options then, but just remember that if you put a block on a page template, that is going to show it on every instance where that template is used, unless you do some fancy work about showing hiding based on tags or other things. I'm not sure of exactly which triggers enable that. I'd have to explore, and I will do that in the Facebook group. But otherwise, if it's just an action step within a training, just add it as a link.
Okay. And one last question. You talked about this last time, and that's the forum. How do you do a dedicated page for the forum?
Okay. Share. Okay. Close that. Save changes, maybe. Okay, forum. So what you need to do for people to see, to be able to access the forum, is actually have a link in somewhere, either in a button or at the top. The easiest way that I think is in the navigation header.
Okay.
And I've got one, I've already set one up here, but it's easy to set up by going to your navigation block and then clicking edit content. And then where the links are, which are these things, home, all trainings, my courses, forum, you can have anything you want here. You can have them linked to external things like your website or whatever, or internal pages within your course. And so you can add as many as will fit along there, but remember not to overwhelm your students. So be selective. So home is there, that's what the actual text will display, and then that's where it links to, and then you can choose whether to show it to everyone, people with a tag or people without a tag. And so I have, that's navigation item 2, navigation item 3, and navigation item 4 I have here. I've called it forum. You could call it discussion, community, anything you want, but it links to the forum component within Xperiencify. And then I'll show you how to set that up now, but you need to have some way for them to actually access it. Okay, and then, so I'm currently on my home page, but these are all the list of pages. And then here is the forum one. And because it's still in development, this is the way you currently access it. It says, this is the forum, click preview button to customize. So I go up to preview and it opens a different window tab, and waiting.
Interesting URL.
Test for, well, test is the name of my course.
Oh no, it says
Oh, Conquer Crap. Yeah, that's my business name, Conquer Crap.
okay. Okay.
Okay, so so that was just warning that the preview is, it's an admin preview and not necessarily all the functions will work as a student because of the cookies and the way it tracks that you're actually able to see everything rather than points and tags and things where you've hidden or shown things based on particular tags will not necessarily function properly because as an admin you have permission to see everything. So can you see my screen there? Do I need to increase
yeah.
the size a bit? Oh, I don't know why I was on 75%. Okay, so this is an empty forum. And the first thing you do, and it will tell you in the Help Center article, is to create a group.
Yeah.
So that's a test group there. And then we want to create, so the hierarchy is a group, then a space, and then posts. And so we have our group and we can customize who is actually within that group. And then we can create spaces within that. And you can create multiple, you just click on these. I'm not sure if you can see it, it's quite faint, but there's a little plus icon there in the middle of that bar, and you can separate things out. So you can have things like, general discussion, announcements, feedback on a particular training. You can attach the content to a particular training that you have already set up within your course, or it can just be general in nature. You can turn on or off notifications. You can change the layout. You can show the pinned posts on the right sidebar or not. And you can select whether members are able to post or whether it's just a broadcast platform for the instructor to make announcements, for example. And then you would go down to the bottom and click create space. And then as long as there is a way for your students to access that forum through a link, through like in the navigation bar or somewhere else in your course, then this is what would open up for them.
Okay, so that already is then the dedicated page. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, so that's fine. Or you can create, you know, a custom, it depends what you want to use, but you can also create a custom page within the course that has various things on it, including the forum, if you want.
Too much. We're good. Thank you.
You're welcome. I do have to leave room for, do I see any more hands? Probably not. I do have a question that came in from the support, via the support team, which was also about how to replace, for example, a Facebook group. So I will, no one else has their hand raised, is that correct? Yeah, okay.
There
So
are lots
I
of
will,
hands
I
raised.
see
I
some
have-
oh, there
hands.
are. Oh, my apologies.
I have John Brennan has his hand up.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm glad you spoke up. Go ahead, John.
Okay, so first of all, I apologize to the whole group, but I'm about to launch my program, but I had stepped away from it for a bunch of months. So coming back is like starting all over again. So my brain's a little jumbled. But one of the things I need to have set up, and it might be something I can find out simply in another place, but is how to set up on my website a link to the course.
Easy. I'll show you. Okay. Let me get out of. Okay, so when you have a website and you just want to have a link, for example, it could be anywhere, it could be in the navigation or anywhere on your website. If you want to link to your course, you would go within your, this is my test course, you've got all of the steps here, go down to step 6, which is where you grab your links for sharing externally. And you can, it depends whether you want them to sign up or whether it's a login page that you want. So this is your school login page, and that's, you'd copy the link there, and that's what you would attach to your button or your navigation link. If you want to provide them with your marketplace, which is a listing you can choose of all of the courses that you have within your Xperiencify school, you can choose which ones display on your marketplace hub. That would be that link. I can show you what these look like as well. Or if you want them to sign up, that is your order form. That's like your checkout page.
Okay, so I can put either one of those or both of those.
Yeah,
on
it
the
depends
website.
on how you have your thing set up.
Okay.
Yeah. I will just show you. I don't even know what my marketplace looks like, but I'll show you what. I'll pop in that link to show you what a marketplace is. So I've just got to choose from the selection of courses there, and I can choose which of my courses display, and then I can have links there for them to register. I changed the name of that because it's a free challenge, so that's just a register. Then these ones are paid, so I have like a sign up button there. You can also have a second button that just says like goes to an extended sales page that you might have, you know, with all your testimonials and all of that sort of stuff. But that's how you can, you know, depending on how your company's set up, you know, that's your marketplace hub where all your courses. If you just want it to go to your school login page, I'll show you. Copy link. And you can customize this, how this page looks a little bit too. So that is where, for people who are already enrolled, you can just have that as where you let them log into your school site.
Great.
Does that help?
Thank you. I got a million other questions, but one at a time. Thanks.
Okay. Susan.
Hi, so before I ask the question I came to ask, I just had one follow-on question from when you were showing forums. What is a space? Like what, like I don't get like what I would do with spaces.
So it's just a way to divide up a group. So you can have a group that is dedicated to, you know, a particular cohort of one course, or it can be everyone in your everyone in your school that is a member of any course. You can set up your groups in any way, and then space is another way to kind of divide those up so that the discussion is focused on a particular topic, for example. You don't have to use them, but you could say divide it up for a general discussion, one that's based around a particular topic that your people care about. One could be about submitting their homework. One could be, you know, sharing their contact details if they want to, those
Great.
sorts of things. It's just a division.
Okay, good. So the I did the Black Friday deal, so now I have 10 courses. And so how I have been relating to this, like, so I have clients who I do individual coaching with, right? And I also have a course that I'm doing cohorts of. And what I'm trying to figure out is how to skinny it down so there's 10 courses and not, you know, a bunch of individual ones. So on the coaching client side, I've just been creating like an individual course, and then I just copy training I have in other modules when I'm working with a client who has a particular need. Like, let's say the topic is accountability. I'll basically just drag and drop a topic for them, so they have their own little mini course in there. But if I'm limited to 10 courses, that's a problem because I have a lot more than that in clients. So, the reason I've wanted to keep them separate, like, is I wanted them to have a private space to talk to me. And so I'm just looking for an idea on how I could do that differently.
Yeah, you can use the forum. You can divide them up by cohorts or individually, even based on tags, so that only the people included in that group can see the discussion.
So they could have their own, I could have a discussion group for them only. So
Yeah.
they wouldn't necessarily leave comments on the training itself, but rather I'd send them to the forum to leave
Yeah.
their comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a Facebook group just for those people, or even individually, I guess. But yeah, so you can set up your forum any way you want, by giving people permission to access that group based on a tag.
So the forum is really like available to you know, groups and spaces is how you make a forum of functionality available in a course, but it's really, I could make it available to anyone in any part of my ecosystem.
They would have to be signed up to a course of yours, but you can, for example, say you have 20 courses or 10 courses, you can have a, you know, a Susan Mazza ecosystem group that includes everyone that's a member of your course if you want to.
So like instead of a Facebook
people.
group, I could set that
Yeah.
up for people
They
to
have
talk
to be
to me
within
there.
a course. Yeah, they have to be in as a student within Xperiencify for it to work.
But it would work across courses.
It
Okay.
works
And is that
across
how
your school, yeah.
And is that how cohort, I mean, is the cohort functionality implemented?
Not, you mean within courses? It's
Yeah.
not yet, no. But
Not yet.
there
Okay.
is coming soon a way to unpublish courses, which I was really happy about this as well, because I do a similar thing where I have, you know, a May cohort and then a June cohort and a July cohort, and they're running, you know, some of them are overlapping, but then eventually they do end. So I will have in the near future, Murray says, the ability to publish or unpublish a course, but it will still stay in there. So you can keep under your 10 course limit if you want by doing that, by using the publish or unpublish, because it's 10 published courses.
Great. So when you unpublish a course, though, everybody loses access to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
you have
So
to
it's
figure
finished.
out what to do with people. So,
Yeah, yeah. But you know, you can also purchase another bundle of courses if you want. So for, I think it's $1,000, you can get an extra 10 courses for the Black Friday for lifetime. So there is
Okay.
an upgrade
Okay.
for
great.
those who really do want more than 10.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Bob.
Hello, and this is about forums too. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
So just I'm trying to wrap my head around this. So if I had the people in a specific course as a group, and then I created spaces for each module, does that make sense?
Yes, you can do that, or you can just have the
Okay.
commenting. Okay, sorry, go back. So you've got different cohorts within a course that you want to keep separate.
Right. So if I
Yeah.
have like, say, like April cohort and May cohort, if
Mhm.
I did April cohort as a group
Yeah,
and then May
Yes.
cohort as a group, and then just within those had the 4 spaces for my modules, and then had like another space, I can then take all of those people and let them comment
Bob, do you want to try
together.
turning your video off? For me, you're breaking up
Some
quite a bit. I'm not
point
sure if
as
it's
well
just for me.
with
Does anyone? Yeah,
tags.
try
Is
that. Sorry. Yeah, you're turning into a robot there for me. I just wanted to also let everyone know that Murray has confirmed his promise to come on and do a
Yeah,
big demo of forums in December. I'm sorry, Barb, I can't hear. Try again. Is anyone else having trouble hearing her? Or is it me? You don't know, Michael. Yeah, okay. Barb, I'm so maybe if you could put it in the chat.
Yeah, she sounds like she's at the bottom of the pool.
Sorry,
Bottom of the
we're having some weather.
Oh, I could hear
Okay,
that.
that'd be helpful. Okay, so my
Oh,
She was back and now she's gone again.
okay. I think Barb,
Can you hear me
maybe
now?
put it. I can.
Put it in the
Yes.
chat.
Maybe put it in the chat or post it in the Facebook group and tag me, and I will answer there, because it's saying that your bandwidth is very low on my screen, and it comes on for 1 second and then it goes off again, so it's a bit troublesome. Unfortunately. Okay, we'll get you sorted out though. But do keep in mind that Murray is going to come on and do a big demonstration of the forum with all of its capabilities. He's promising December. So look out for that, because my knowledge is quite basic right now in terms of its functionality, and they are still tweaking. Everyone's got their little work tools out in the developers den, making sure that it's the best it can possibly be. Okay, I might pop over to Avril. Hello. Avril, are you there?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, I was asking a question earlier that when you explained about
Are you there?
yeah, I'm trying to ask my question.
Yes.
So you said about ZAP and CRM. So you could at least just repeat what you said so that I didn't catch it, but I need to hear it.
Okay, these are all recorded, so you can go back and listen to the recording. I'm not sure what part of the discussion about Zapier you didn't catch, but you can use Zapier to, when a student is added to your Xperiencify course, you can transfer their student details over with a Zap to, for example, your CRM or your email service provider or something like that, so that you have their details captured externally to Xperiencify. Okay,
so you're saying Zap would function as kind of an automation of
Yes.
transfer.
Yes, it transfers the information automatically once you set it up, but you do need the growth plan in Xperiencify to use that integration between XP and Zapier.
Yes, I'm using the growth plan.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I understand enough. Thank you.
You're welcome. Michael.
Hi, thanks, me again. It's a simpler question related to the previous one. When I create a button in the page builder, it's what I would like to happen is that when students click the button, they hear a sound and they get a message, okay, you did it. Right now, there is a button, I click it and it doesn't do anything. It doesn't connect to a, I don't know, create a celebration that says, okay, you clicked it, it's some kind of confirmation. How do you get that?
Well, the function of a button, as I was demonstrating before, is usually to go to a different place. So that's where they would see that it has been successful because they're actually moved to another page. At the moment, buttons don't trigger celebrations. The things that can trigger celebrations are, action steps and completing a course, completing a training or a module, those sorts of things. The button doesn't have that functionality. It's to take you to a different link.
Because what I'm doing with the button is tagging a student. So they click it and nothing, and they don't see anything. So they want to.
Okay, well, a tag is
clicking.
supposed to be an internal thing for you to just mark people in some way. At the moment, we don't have that functionality, as far as I know, with buttons, unless you are tagging them based on an action. You can definitely use it when they complete an action. You can have a tag attached to that action if you want within a training. Do you want me to show?
No, I know that.
No?
What,
Okay.
I'm still thinking of my previous question. I want people to be able to tag themselves so that they are deleted from the course.
Yeah.
Just click it and tag yourself, but they don't see that they did it.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
stays there.
Can you have the button go to the order form? And that way they know if the button links to your order form, but also has the tag.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Can we do that?
So tag them and move somewhere else.
Yeah. So that the button
They see
actually
that
has the
something
link.
happened.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Thank you.
All right. Willa. Hello.
Do you hear an echo?
I hear you. I'm not sure whether it echoes yet.
Okay, good. I'm turning this over to my tech person to input this stuff for me. So how do I get permission for her? I'm in Canada and she's in the States. So how do I get permission for her to be entering my site? Like,
you can add her as a team member.
as a what?
Team member.
Team member. Okay, so there's a place for that, is there?
Yes. So
okay,
in
and
your
how
account, I'll show you.
great.
I'll share my screen.
And I have a follow-up question too.
Okay. Okay, so I'm within my course and I'm going to account on the left-hand column.
Accounts.
Account.
Yeah.
And then across the top menu, the third one across is team.
Team.
And then add plus over on the right, green button.
Add, right, okay.
And it will tell you how many team members you have available in your account, depending on which plan you're on, and you enter their email address. and then click on add new team member. And I believe it sends them an invitation that they then have a magic link that they can use to access the administration of your course.
A magic link. Oh, I love it.
Magic link.
Okay.
So it's not an actual login, it's a magic link. So they just click on it and it opens up in your course. They do need to use that rather than your login, because you can't have two people logged in with the same login at the same time. Otherwise, all sorts of crazy stuff happens.
Okay, that was part of my question. Okay, so if they have their magic link, they could be in there, but I could be in there as well.
Yes.
Perfect. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, so then also my virtual assistant is in the Philippines. So I can have both of them, my computer person.
I believe so. It just said to me there that I had 2 left. So I think it depends on your plan, how many you have.
I'm with Marissa right now. I'm in Experience Masterclass with her.
Yeah, that's got nothing to do with Xperiencify.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, your Xperiencify plan, the subscription that you have with us. So it's either launch or growth or enterprise. How much you're paying per month or per year is what I'm talking about. So
I thought I wasn't paying anything until I'm
okay.
I'm ready.
So you're on the trial. You're on the free trial.
Right.
Okay.
So I should probably have at least two.
Let me go and see. I'm not sure how it works on the free trial. You may, let me see. I'm just going to, this is for anyone else who wants to find out anything that I haven't answered, howto.xperiencify.com, or you can click on the help center on the left hand panel in your team. I'm going to put in the search bar. Can I have additional admins for my account?
Okay.
Okay, so for the growth plan or higher, it seems that the additional admins are functional. So if you're on the launch plan, it doesn't look like that is a feature that you have access to, but I know that the free trial is the growth plan. So wherever you're on that, you should have access to additional admins. And it shows you if you need extra help there with screenshots about how to add them, and that there's an email that they get and they need to actually accept that invitation, and then the status will change within your team's part of your account to, it will go from invited to active. And as long as they're active, they can use their magic link to access the administration of your account.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay. And I can't remember
I do know that there's more functionality coming on that, so that you will be able to limit, some people will have, higher permissions than others within your account. That's coming further along the track. But at the moment, it just means they have access to everything.
Beautiful. Now, do you have any people hanging out? Or do you have any recommendations? Are there people available, like rather than my computer tech learning this system, are there people available that I can contract out to do this for me? Like, do you have a list of people?
Our team. You can hire our team who are the absolute experts to do this for you. So
that's even better. Okay, so who do I talk to about that?
Me. I'll put my email address in there. You can also just...
You made my day, dear.
So I'll put it in. It's Danielle at Xperiencify.com. So we have done for you services where you can purchase a block of hours from our team, and we're pretty quick because we do this all the time. And you can purchase it's $50 an hour for our team to work on your course in any capacity that you want.
Oh, really? Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we sell those in blocks of 10 hours, and you can, I've got a link and you can purchase that, and we can get started as soon as you want and just direct us to what you want us to do.
Okay. So what, did you put something in the chat for me, or how do I get a hold of you?
I did, Danny. I thought I did. Can everyone see that? I'll pop it in again. You can also search on the Help Center for as done for you, and there's a done for you hours where it will also direct you to my email.
Okay, well, when Marissa
Yeah.
is telling us that we're getting this built for us,
Mhm.
she, I don't know what she means by that.
Okay, so that bonus is being released. I think for VIPs, it's just been released, and for others in EPM, it's coming up. But if you are an EPM student, you do get one course built by our team for free as a bonus for being an EPM student. And that's different. You don't have to pay for that. That's free. Which you can also find the information for that on our Help Center. But I know that EPM are releasing the details for that and exactly the process that you need to follow very soon to their students.
Okay, so I may or may not have to hire anybody. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I still can't see how I contact you. I'll find you. Okay, there it is. Okay, I've got it.
You
At
got it?
Xperiencify. Okay, thank you so much.
Awesome. No worries. We'll get you sorted out. Okay, Eric,
Okay.
you're up next.
Hey, since we're talking about teams, I noticed on the Black Friday deal, they have said you had, I think, 2, and then Murray said they did 5 instructors. Could you explain to me what that means and how that works when they say named instructors?
Okay, so instructors are different to team members. So the team members are, for example, your tech team or your VA who is building your course.
Yeah, I've already added my admin. That's done.
Yeah,
I'm just
so
wondering what's done
instructors
with instructors.
are people who are teaching. So that's giving them access to the content so that for the purpose of instructing your students. So for example, a coach or a teacher that you have on your team that's leading particular cohorts, that's just giving them access. And then you can, in your Marketplace hub, you can actually name who's running that course.
And how do you add the instructor?
I don't know. I haven't used that yet. I
couldn't find it. I looked around.
Couldn't find it. Okay, it's probably something that hasn't yet been activated. So I will follow up in the Facebook group about instructors. If it's not yet written, it's probably not something we have yet, but he's just foreshadowing the need for that for people who are going on a lifetime plan. So named instructors. So at the moment, I believe you can only, on your Marketplace hub, it will have a picture of the course with the blurb, and it says, your name, whoever holds the Xperiencify account, and you can put a little profile picture. I'm guessing what that means is that you can have different people as instructors for particular courses, and then students can choose to sign up based on that or know who their instructor is going to be.
That's what I needed. I just didn't know how to do it, and neither do you.
Eric,
so
no, I don't. So are you in the Facebook group, Eric?
What's that?
Are you in the Facebook group?
Yes.
Okay, I'll tag you when I find out more information. Awesome. Okay, Carrie, hello.
Hello, Danielle. We've been chatting like all day through emails.
We're all friends.
Hi. So yeah, I was hoping that, so one of the questions I had that you answered in writing in email regarding how I'm alerted of when students sign up for my course, I went through in my welcome emails and added myself, and then we'll add Fulfillment House, a third party, to be alerted. But within that body of the email, so I put in the tokens of the first name, last name, the address, and everything that I'm going to need to be able to send them a physical copy of my book as a bonus for signing up for the course. Yeah. So it's going to put their name and email and address and everything and send it to me.
Yes. Or you can get it sent. Oops, someone's unmuted. Oh, sorry. Ooh. Okay. Yes. So if you've in the email, if you've put in the tokens in the curly brackets that you've selected from the drop down, that will populate in the email to yourself. If you've selected me at the bottom, so you can select student, me, or a third party. And if you want to send it directly to them, you just enter their email address.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there are two different tokens. There's the name, the first name and the last name token is the student. And then if it says your name, it's the account holder. So that would be Carey.
Okay, but I need to put student first
Yeah,
name.
it says first, it just says first name, but that means student. If it says your name, that means you, the person doing the act, like the instructor.
Okay, awesome. That's it. Thank you.
Yay. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Daniel. Thank you. Just have a hopefully quick question about Teams and the inbox for students.
Yes.
So we're running into an issue now. We've got a few team members and we're all using that same admin account. However, when we're responding to the students in the inbox, it's all coming through as that admin user. Is there any other way to make those messages who we're replying to come from the actual team member instead of the admin account?
So you're all logged in as the same login and the same email address and password, or the same.
So we're using our magic links. However, every message that we're sending back to the students from that inbox is still coming from that admin account.
Okay, so you have team members using team member magic links, but the inbox is showing admin as the sender. Okay.
Yeah, they're all coming through that admin user.
I don't know. I will look into that for you.
Cool.
Let me know. Are you in the Facebook group, Mark?
I'm not.
You're not? How will I? Do you want to?
I got your email in chat. I can go ahead and send you an email.
Okay. All right.
Appreciate it.
No worries.
Cool. And Daniel, sorry, I got one other quick question. Regarding the point system, just curious, is there any plans on the roadmap to maybe turn that into like a sort of currency where they can redeem points for certain products in like a point store or something like that?
Possibly. I don't have a definitive answer on that. I know that at the moment people use it in all sorts of ways to internally organize, you know, how they want to reward their students. But at this stage, I don't have any information on that. I know that we're always adding functionality. I can certainly ask. So redeeming points for, say, what discounts on courses within your platform.
Sure. Yeah. Discounted courses, maybe external links, something like that.
Okay. I can ask about plans for redeeming XPs internally.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Donovan.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious about that one too, because I launched a creator token so people could actually get XP coins that I could connect up with that token, and the token can actually be exchanged for real dollars. So that's definitely something I'd like to noodle in the future. But my question was about the terms and conditions piece. Is there, I mean, I know that's kind of like a legal thing, but is there like a pretty simple way to grab decent terms and conditions from somewhere? Because it doesn't seem like that's something that would be like a copyright infringement. We would just need to find somebody who's pretty thorough with that. So do you have recommendations on finding good terms and conditions?
I can't offer advice on that.
Okay.
That's a legal matter. It depends on,
I figured that.
On your location and your market, who you're serving. You know, there's a button called Control C and Control V. I've heard of that somewhere, but
I didn't hear that from you.
I couldn't recommend a particular.
I can't read between those lines either, so you're no worries. Fair enough. Thanks for that. Did I have another one? No, I think that was mainly as just
I think that was asked in the Facebook group, and I think Murray said Google is your best source of information. Okay, am I seeing no hands? Is that what I'm? Okay, so what I need to do? Oh, Don. Okay, after Don, I'm going to go through how to replace a Facebook group. Okay, Don.
Great,
you're up.
thank you. A newbie question, Black Friday subscriber. Is there a primer, to kind of orient myself to it, or just set up an account and jump in and start mucking around?
You don't have an account yet?
No, I have an account. I haven't gone in yet.
Ah, okay. So there is a 5-minute overview that will be in your account that you can see from Murray walking you through. I have done a couple of iterations so far of XP 101 on these calls, and the recordings are, let me send you a link. Oh, I'll just show you where to get it, and then I'll grab the link.
Thank you.
Okay. That's not what I want. Okay. Here. So howto.xperiencify.com. I'm going to, it's open office hours. This one, training workshop. So this is where you'll find all the replays of these calls and all of the training workshops. They're also on our YouTube channel. So you can see the ones that are coming up. This is right now. That's the next open office hours. And then underneath, you'll see all of the previous recordings. Here's, for example, one, there's a couple of different ones. Xperiencify 101 course setup basics that walks people through in live time how to set up your course. There is a handout there that you can click on that link and copy in Google Docs that also walks you through the step-by-step, but it really is quite intuitive, like the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and there are little buttons to click on that open up more information, even some little videos explaining what things are and why you're doing it. So I would dive in and then come to one of the future office hours sessions to ask questions, or post in the Facebook group and you'll get lots of help there.
Thank you. That's going to be enough to get me going.
Yes.
I'm not really concerned about it, but I thought, read the fine instructions before jumping in, but I'll jump in and I'm just fine.
Dive in.
Thank you.
Okay, so I will, there was a question that was sent into support someone who couldn't attend today wanted to know how to replace a Facebook group in Xperiencify. And I just want to show you, we have touched a little bit on the forum today already, and I have indicated that Murray will be doing like a proper demo of the forum very soon. But I just wanted to show for those on the launch plan, so this is for everyone can use this. What I'm going to show is how to use the commenting thread, the discussion thread in your course. Where am I? I want to get out of, get me out of here. I don't want to add a team member. Okay. So I'm in my courses page, and I'm going to go down to my test course, and I'm just going to show you how to use commenting, or to add it into your course if you don't have it already. And I'm going to go to step 4, open up the page builder. And then where I normally put the discussion is on the single training page template, which means that for every training, this is the template that you're using. Okay, so that will be populated with your actual video. That will be populated with your actual PDF downloads if you have any for that particular training. Your actual action will be populated in there for that particular training, and then that will show the very next training that's available. And then here what I have is a discussion block, which I'll show you how to get if you don't already have it. You go over to where is it? Comments. Okay, so these are the available blocks. I'd go to comments. There's only one. My mouse is not really working very well on this surface. So I'd select grab that one and drag it in to my page template like that. So that's just a blank one that I haven't formatted yet. This one below, I have changed the colors. And this is just a placeholder text. That's just to show you a bit about what it looks like. You can format it by clicking on edit content, change, there's just a few things that you can change at this stage. It's quite basic, but what it means is that, I'm going to delete that one because I've already got one there. Then what I'm going to show you is what it looks like and how this can replace a Facebook group for you within your actual course. So you don't need to send people to a Facebook group. You don't need to let them get distracted by all the things that Facebook has going on, all of the notifications and shiny objects. You have your actual training. And then here, there's a discussion thread where they can comment, they can submit homework, they can give feedback to each other, they can add GIFs, images, videos, emojis, all sorts of things in here, and that will be specific to just this training. So on every training, the discussion thread underneath it is specific to those particular trainings. You can also have a general course discussion by putting it on a different page. Now you can put that on your home page if you want it when they open up, that they can see, for example, announcements. You could put it somewhere in here. I would probably put it where that button is. Or you can create another link in your navigation header that is called comment.
Hi.
Someone unmuted. All right. You can put another link on your navigation header that is discussions or commenting, and then you can set up a custom page which just has comments on it. And I can show you how to do that as well. So what I would do to change my navigation header is I would add another link in there by going to edit content. These are my links that I have already. At the moment, I've got forum, but I could change it to say discussion thread. And this would be general in terms of everyone in the course will see this and it will show up. It can be on a general topic course-wide rather than specific to a particular training. And then I would link it to, I would have to already have set up my custom page. I've got to set up my custom page first, Danielle, gosh. Okay, let me do that. Except now I'm frozen. Okay, bear with me. I'll show you how to set up a custom page first. These are all of your page templates. You go down past global pages to custom page, and I can click on the green plus and add a new page. And I'm going to call this discussion. You can call it whatever you want. And that URL is the slug that will appear after your ordinary URL for your course that you can then use in an external link. And then I would be dragging blocks in. Usually I would drag in a navigation header so that people can get back to where they want to. I would drag in a footer usually. And then within that, I will drag in a comments block. And I'll pop that in the middle. And so here on my page, I have, and I would also probably put a heading which will say what it is, discussion, headline, close and save. And so then I have a page. It's a custom page and it's called discussion and it has a general course-wide discussion there. I've saved it. And then what I'm going to do is go back to where I have my navigation header. And I'm going to link that up now to the link that I put in there for discussion thread. I'm going to change that to the page I just created called discussion. And I'm going to show it to everyone. or you can choose to show it to people with a certain tag, although all those who don't have a tag in this setting here, and then close and save. And then I would make sure that I have that navigation header copied over to all of my page templates that are going to be shown. And the easiest way to do that is to save that one that I've got set up to my library. And then when I'm going back to my other pages, so say for example, the single training page, I want to make sure that this header now has all of the links that I've saved by going to my saved blocks, going down to the last one that's saved, which was here, and I'm going to drag that over, place that component in, and then I'm going to delete my old header. So now my new navigation header has that discussion thread in it. Save changes. Okay. So that is a way that everyone who's on launch plan, growth plan, enterprise plan, whatever, can replace a Facebook group by having either training, a specific discussion thread, which has all of those capabilities of text, emojis, GIFs, adding links, all files, images, videos, all of those sorts of things, or you can have a course-wide discussion thread and completely do away with the need for a Facebook group or some other third-party application, because we all know that as soon as you send your student away from the course platform, that they have the opportunity to get distracted by all of the other things in this world. And what we really would like them to do is to move forward with the content and implementing the lessons that they have learned, and interacting with their students and yourself so that they can get the best possible transformation that your course offers. Okay, I'm going to have to leave it there, everyone. If I'm going to go through the, I'm going to save the chat and go through that. And as I usually do, I'll go into the Facebook group and answer any questions that I've missed. And I'll make sure that I try and tag you if you're in the Facebook group. Let me put the link here to the Facebook group, because everyone should. And yes, we are going to swap over from using the Facebook group very soon. We're just trying to get the all of the functionality up in the forum. So that was the commenting, which everyone has access to. The forum is a more advanced community feature where you can break things down into groups and spaces and really section things off a lot more, but that's only for growth and hire. So I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. Murray will be jumping in to take over open office hours in December and give a proper, beautiful demonstration of what the forum can offer. Okay, I wish you all a great day, evening, whatever it is for you, and hope to see you for the next one. The recording will be up within 24 hours on the Help Center page for the open office hours and trainings. Okay, I wish you all a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been great. Bye.